Welcome to Business Talks, the podcast where we explore real-world issues in the corporate world. Today, we're discussing business ethics and corporate social responsibility, commonly known as CSR. I'm joined by Sarah, a business student who's passionate about ethical management. Hi, Sarah.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk about this topic. It's so important in today's business environment.
Absolutely. Let's start with the basics. Sarah, can you explain what business ethics means to you?
Sure. For me, business ethics is about the moral principles that guide the behavior of a company and its employees. It's not just about following the law, but also making decisions that are fair, transparent, and responsible to all stakeholders, including employees, customers, and the community.
That's a good point. So, how is that different from corporate social responsibility?
Well, CSR is more about the actions a company takes to contribute positively to society. It includes things like reducing environmental impact, supporting charitable causes, ensuring employee welfare, and sometimes even influencing public policy. While ethics is about values and principles, CSR is about practical initiatives and programs that demonstrate those values.
Interesting distinction. Can you give an example of a company that's known for its ethical practices or CSR initiatives?
Sure. One example is Patagonia, the outdoor clothing company. They are famous for their commitment to environmental sustainability. They use recycled materials, donate a portion of profits to environmental causes, and even encourage customers to repair rather than replace products. Another example is Unilever, which has programs focused on health, hygiene, and reducing carbon footprint across their supply chain.
Those are great examples. Now, in your opinion, why is it important for companies to prioritize ethics in CSR beyond just making profits?
There are several reasons. First, reputation matters. Consumers are more likely to support companies they trust. Second, ethical practices can improve employee morale and retention because people prefer working for companies with strong values. Finally, CSR initiatives can contribute to long-term sustainability, which indirectly benefits the company's bottom line. It's really a win-win situation.
That makes sense, but some critics argue that CSR is just a marketing tool rather than a genuine effort to improve society. What's your take on that?
That's a valid criticism. There are certainly companies that use CSR to boost their image without making real changes, sometimes called greenwashing. But I think the key difference is whether the initiatives are integrated into the company's strategy or just for show. Genuine CSR requires commitment, transparency, and measurable impact.
Agreed. How do you think smaller businesses can practice CSR compared to large corporations?
Small businesses might not have the same resources, but they can still make a difference. For instance, they can support local communities, reduce waste, source materials ethically, or adopt fair labor practices. The scale may be smaller, but the impact is still meaningful.
That's encouraging. Finally, do you think business ethics and CSR will become more important in the future?
Definitely. With climate change, social inequality, and increased public awareness, stakeholders expect companies to act responsibly. Ethical behavior and CSR aren't just optional anymore. They're becoming essential for long-term survival and credibility in the global market.
Well said. Thank you so much, Sarah, for sharing your insights today. I'm sure our listeners learned a lot about how ethics and CSR shape the business world.
Thank you for having me. I hope this encourages more people to think critically about the companies that they support.